It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Only one of these teams will earn a shot at the Lombardi. The AFC title game is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 34. Chased out to his right. Now he takes it. And he crosses midfield before going out. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You need to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
First down throw, Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
3rd and long for Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Yeah, this defense is seeing a vulnerable offense right now, an offense that can't protect itself. First and foremost, before you do anything else, you got to make sure you account for everybody. And right now, this defender, well, he's taking this game over.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Let's go now.
Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Offense to the line for 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete. Brings up third down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Here we go, set. 60 average, 60 back, 18, Pioneer. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Mustang 19. Hut, hut.
Third and long for him here. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're staring at fourth and long.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Trap 60, trap 79 Bronco. 70 ring, 70 ring. Cut 19, cut 19. Dragon 60. Ready?
Here's the snap on fourth. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Coaches challenged him to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
This defense could not make a bigger statement out of the gate with this game. Man, the lead up to a ball game, trash talk. Right things said in the paper, Baltimore material, whatever it is. This defense took something personal, Kate, and they are taking it out on this quarterback.
He gets them the yard back, but still behind the sticks. Upcoming 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Flush down out to his left. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. Hauled in by Worthy. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
On the move, headed right. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. So we're through one here in the AFC title game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to the bank in just a moment. Second quarter about to get underway, and an opportunity to score here for the Chiefs. Pacheco will score. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get the game's first points here in the second. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. Galloping inside the 40. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 39 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. They mark him short there, and the run gains nothing. It's fourth down.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force fourth and long.
Go.
Pass play now. That's cut beyond the marker. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on fourth down. From the red zone now. He's on the move. This one's caught. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Go street.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach third down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on third and short. I think that time the defense was thinking the run play was going to come at them, right? Actually, most of us probably thought that was the right call. Still, wasn't a problem for them to adapt and get into coverage and force now a fourth down.
And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
Well, as they get deeper and deeper into this side of the field, they need him to become the guy who makes those plays in the biggest of moments. And that may not show up as a big old pass play and utilizing his arm, but it was his fortitude and his strength to move the sticks. It may just be the catalyst for a touchdown.
And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be second down.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
They'll try and punch it in. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for third down. Gonna keep this one and go. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. 3 straight runs, stop short of the end zone. And now what do they do on 4th and goal?
Come on, Kate. Put me in. One play, one time. I may have retired back in 04, but I could pick up a couple inches on that sneak. Astounding that call did not turn into a first down. Come on, boys.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
And Cowboy 80. Biggs.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll run it up the gut. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
A 50% hit rate on 4th down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate, and that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. That's Odafe away with a stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
Hey, 43, 15.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. On target to Worthy. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Forced out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to push one deep. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he runs this one down to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Blitz coming. Mahomes escapes out to the left. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to reach the 6 before he goes out. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Attack! Hey, 15. 43.
Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
19 tight. 60 Maverick. Go!
Looking to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
He's back to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Plowing up the middle. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
Last day 19. Let's go. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready?
They're going for this. They connect for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On 1st down, they'll run. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's 2nd and 2. Getting out to his left. He can run it. He loses the football. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Working quickly here. Here's 2nd and 7. Connecting on a slant. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. First down from the red zone. Buys time, rolling right. Now here he goes. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They send a man in motion. Throwing now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Another carry for him. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Ravens cut into the lead coming out of halftime. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Run from Pacheco to start the half. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost and a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. Right back to Pacheco. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs push their lead further to start the half. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14. Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11, 18, Rattler, Victoria 17. Buffalo 18. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready?
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Trying again with Pacheco. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. That run good for 6 yards, and it brings them closer for 3rd and goal.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal.
Yellow.
Throwing is Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Let's go now. 18, Pioneer. Ready?
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs take possession down inside the 30 after the interception.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, You're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
And he'll go down here at the 16.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
Attack, attack!
Finds his man. It's Worthy. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Only one frame remains before we see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's Chiefs football, just 1 quarter away from a postseason victory. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Running left with Pacheco. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Catch is made in close. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set up. 19, Tiger. 19, take go.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
60 Bobcat.
They go play action on 1st. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Throwing from the gun. Chased out to his right. That's completed right side. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens making the scoreboard look a touch better. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Down by 3 scores, their hand is forced. They're going to try the onside kick here. And the Chiefs cover up the kick. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. It's Pacheco again. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Stuck to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Worthy, right side. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. From the 19. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Chiefs, well, they can probably just run away and hide. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Pacheco finds the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs put up even more points in a win. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Chiefs grow their lead yet again. Butker on now to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Mustang 19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Trap 60. Trap 60.
They'll come out throwing. Trying to push it deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they face 2nd down.
Ready. 79 Bronco. Tag. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Come 19. Come 19.
Now looking to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Track 60. Here we go. Track 19 Lions. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Back to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. A 1st down carry for Pacheco. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens take over as he records his 10th career INT. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So that brings up second down. Here's a quick pass to the right side. Cut. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10, looking to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So second down coming up.
Let's go.
They'll throw it again. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun here. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
He'll throw it yet again. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. The timeout arrives with just 3 seconds remaining in this game, so we've got one more snap coming up.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. But what a difference it can make for an offense.
Will Lutz on to attempt the field goal. This is from 35 out on the left hash. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that lowers the gap to 25 points. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And they'll raise that Lamar Hunt Trophy high as champions of the AFC. And that earns them 2 more weeks of football until they head to the Bayou and fight for a Super Bowl. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Baltimore.